we're speaking on the group. Let's just start off with the issue of the conversation about respect and showboating, which is something I brought up with you as well on the group. If you've been on social media, you must have seen Richarlison's showboating. I need to take out the glasses down because that's where it stops, right? And where do we draw the line between showboating and respect? Because I think that what I saw Richarlison do was a lack of respect to the opposition. I think that the skills in football, in professional environments, in athletic or competitive environments, you can show your prowess when you're trying to get yourself out of difficult situations.
Okay.
When you're standing on your own and the opponent is clearly a couple goals down, right? And the game is going to an end. And you raise the ball and do a couple of, fancy tricks. That is you showing a lack of respect, in my opinion, to the opposition. And I think that the players who always going hard on them are totally justified for doing that. You mentioned that in Africa, we see showboating maybe from a different perspective.
It's entertainment. I think it's an entertainment. And I quite understand, you never want to be disrespectful to your opponent. I don't think, a player getting on the ball and what Richarlison did, I don't think he's trying to rile your opponent or trying to get them to feel, humiliated. What Man City do is humiliation. Is the lack of respect when you score 6 and you want to score 7 and score 8. And what Liverpool did, I think, is disrespectful. You score 7 against a team and you still go on and score the 8 and the 9.
God bless you.
I think that's disrespectful, in my opinion, because the game is won. Your opponents are really battered. They're in a bad place. You go on and score
as opposed
more.
to what do you expect they should do?
No. Come on, pass the ball around. Pass the ball around. But this idea of, obviously in Africa, we look at it differently. In South Africa, it's even more very exciting, when they nutmeg someone, the commentators are screaming, shibobo. The South Africans love it. They really enjoy it.
Yes. In
South America, it's also a culture. They want to see entertainment in a different light. They want all those fancy, silky skills, But in a way, I agree with you, that maybe what Richarlison did, because he was just on his own and he was just jogging the ball, it's not really nice. But I just think that football is entertainment and you've got to allow players to just give us that exciting, that thing once in a while. When a player gets nutmegged, it's humiliating, right? When you nutmeg a player. But when you do it to get out of a bad situation, it looks nice. That's great skill. But when you do it because you're leading 3-0 or 4-0 and your opponents are really down and out, maybe I can agree that maybe it's disrespectful.
I think there's a bit of double standard with the level of attack that Richarlison got.
You remember what David Moyes said? So don't try it in my stadium. My players will kick you.
No, but I actually think that if you're Richarlison and you feel like that's what you want to do, I don't have a problem with the opposition player coming to kick your head off as well. I think it's fair and square. The two. If I see somebody sees you are juggling the ball when the game is going on, he thinks he's going to kick you. I think he has his own right to feel disrespected. But I think there's a bit of double standard in the level of attack that he got, in the sense that if that was a player that was more liked in the media, say for example, when Ronaldinho was very active at Barcelona, there were times where Ronaldinho did things that he didn't need to do. There were times where he went past people, brought the ball back, did it again. He didn't need to do it, but he just wanted to make a point that, look, don't worry, I go finish you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like he didn't need to do it.
And South Americans are like that. Most of them
Okocha
are like
did that too.
Exactly. But we sat down and we all enjoyed it. Okocha's case was, you can get to a point where you say, this guy is not even serious. Go and score now. You did it. But it was never a case of, I can't remember any time when Okocha did anything and it was a case of, you are disrespecting the opposition.
No.
So that's why I feel like maybe there's a bit of double standard in the sense that Richarlison is not that image, is not that personality that people really like compared to some of these other players.
So I understand what you're saying, and you're totally right. But I have to just point out where I think you derail a little bit. With JJ and Ronaldinho, you get those are clear attributes of their game.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is synonymous with them, Ronaldinho, to flick the ball. So you can forgive him when he does it maybe a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because that's how he plays.
Yeah.
Early days of Cristiano.
But with Richarlison, I don't remember seeing Richarlison juggle the ball past. Matter of fact, he's one of those Brazilians that don't play like a Brazilian. Right?
You have a point.
Alongside, Gilberto Silva, and all those other players. He's a talented boy, but he is straight jacket.
Very direct. Yeah.
Very direct. He's not Anthony, he's not Neymar.
No, but
so
but
if
here's the
tomorrow
thing.
Anthony, flicks the ball over his head, you can tell that is
Because what Anthony is going to do in this league, because if you know who Anthony is the attribute of the player.
Wait.
No,
Wait,
but,
we're not going to Anthony.
No, because you mentioned Ronaldinho and Kocha and what they model their football like. That's what Anthony does.
Don't
Anthony,
don't do that.
Please.
Talk
No,
about
I would
Anthony
not-
on
I
his
would not
own.
agree.
What I'm
Don't
saying
come
is
and bring
Anthony
him and
likes
be
to
talking.
showboat.
I would not agree with
He
that.
likes to showboat. He likes those long
Don't
range
pursue
and then
Kabod.
when
He's
he's
not
crossing
he's
his legs
not
and
in that
taking the
class.
ball down.
But one thing I know is that, like you said correctly, it is not his way of playing. So it is not synonymous with his identity or who he is. And that's what differentiates him from the likes of the greats. That's
Yeah.
the Okocha and Ronaldinho.
JJ.
But one
Big
thing
shout
is,
out.
he's not liked in the media. That's
I
what
think
I know.
that plays a bigger
because he
role.
already had
It's a
a
valid
squabble
point.
with Kara at some
which
point.
is squashed.
Yeah, which is squashed. But you can tell that he's somebody that he needs. To me, I think he really needs to be careful at this moment. Like, he really needs to be careful.
But the pass
because
for Harry Kane's second goal, the pass for Harry Kane's second goal was.
Wait, the
You know
English
the
press
funny-
It was
is
swashbuckling. The pass, I was watching the game. I said, Richarlison isn't silky. He's not, with the ball, he's not silky. He's not really cute. But he's got technical ability, and he proved it against Nottingham Forest when he got that ball. I say that Brazilians, I don't know how they do it, but they have the ability to pull these things out. You don't see it in their game regularly, but they can do it. That pass with the outside of the boot.
Yeah.
They're technically very gifted.
Yeah.
They can do it. Before a Brazilian player gets to that level where he's playing professionally in Europe, you could tell that his inborn skills, or maybe something he picked up from the road or the street where he played football, is so good. Sometimes they don't do it in their game. They just say, okay, I want to play. People like Neymar, senseless person, who want to, I don't like him, who wants to showboat all
But
the
he's a
time.
talented
he
motherfucker.
wants to show.
Can't
Neymar
take
does
that.
all
I love Neymar. The problem with Neymar
he's a talented
the problem with
motherfucker.
Neymar is
He's not a serious
not
person.
staying on his feet.
No, he's not a
I
serious
saw the
person.
most recent one, in the penalty box where
He's not a serious
he
person.
didn't nobody touched him, and that thing has ruined his game entirely because he has this thing
No,
where
he did that too at the World Cup now, when he
Yeah,
was rolling
he
on the
just-
floor.
No, like this was the worst I've ever seen. This was in preseason.
Must have been really
It was
bad.
the worst I've ever seen. The most recent one he did.
The World Cup one was terrible.
diving.
It was trending all
Nobody
over social
touched
media.
him. He was actually almost clear on goal. He just dived.
He does that.
So there's that. But I want us to pick up the pace because we started recording late, and I want us to move really quickly, right? So forgive me if I, yank it off you a little bit, right?
All right, guys. I'm a man that needs no introduction on this show. It remains the Inside Podcast. When it comes to talking sport, when it comes to talking football all around the world, you get the best information from this particular podcast. You can always join us online, on YouTube, on IG, anywhere online. You can always join. Even on Clubhouse, we're there for you to dish you the best information when it comes to sport all around the world. Stay tuned always.
Clout. Reach out.